Olsem, Wanem, and Florence Jonduo. Natural disasters affect hundreds and thousands of lives in Papua New Guinea. Preparing people for disasters is vital. The International Organization for Migration, in partnership with various organizations, continue this preparedness work in Oro Province. One province that has been rated most vulnerable is the Oro Province.
We have had different disasters in the past, ranging from human and also natural. Some have been of a magnitude that is very wide, and some have been very small. But always disasters have stricken Oro Province. In those disasters, we have had organizations which have helped us, like the Australian Royal Forces in times of war. And during Mount Lamington, we had the Australian government, which came in to help with food relief supplies, evacuation, and etc. So we must also pass our credit to the government of Australia. And the worst one was in 2007 when Guba strike. We must also pass our gratitude towards all organizations who have helped us. That means Red Cross, Oxfam, the Aussie government, the US government, New Zealand government, and any other organizations that I have left out who have helped us, our communities, during the times of our disaster affected communities here in the province.
The International Organization for Migration, or IOM, has seen the need to help the community to prepare for disasters by collaborating with them to develop community-based disaster risk management, or CBDRM, plans.
IOM, we're just here to support the community. This is something that you have used as your local knowledge to create these disaster risk management plans. We are not imposing anything on you, but this is your knowledge that we're using to make your lives better, to be more resilient in the future, to be able to better prepare yourselves for disasters when they come. So this is something also very important to know, that this is your plan and this is you take ownership of it. And we are just here as an organization to support you.
The CBDRM plans aim to empower communities and their leaders to demand and actively participate in disaster risk interventions. These interventions have been developed according to what is relevant for the communities.
Come up with a plan where we try to create ourselves, make ourselves become community resilient, so we can be able to cope with whatever disasters that are affecting us. So we can be able to live with it. It can come and go, but at least we can cope and survive with it. So it is a community initiative. So the big part of it, we are signing it now. So thank you very much. Community, it's your own document. You yourself, you develop it. So we will work together as partners, working together, try to achieve whatever that is in the plan to actually see our vision. And by 2020, at least Horau-Huhuru become a resilient community towards a disaster.
10 communities in Oro Province have developed their CBDRM plans, funded by the United States Agency for International Development, better known as USAID, and facilitated by IOM. So far, 3 communities have launched their plans and are now into the implementation phase. These communities are Horau-Huhuru in the Higaturu LLG of Sohe District, Eroro in the Oro Bay LLG of Ijivitari District, and Bag-Kabuni in Tufi LLG. For most of the locals, this is a significant step forward for them as they learn how to use their available resources in terms of disaster risk reduction.
This program will help us to go through that system, because at the moment, since disaster distracted us, from that day up to today, we are still victims. We were not in a proper position that this is what was lifted, and we are still numb at the moment until I went through this program with the IOM.
Before the IOM came in, we do, with our little knowledge that we have, from another well that has been dried up, we try to cater for another one again. And as the IOM came in and did a TOT training and the disaster preparedness and the resilience and what is hazard and vulnerabilities. So the people took, when the explanation was done, people now having a escape route, doing the evacuation drill, and they know that the next step to prepare for the water or the garden, when it is right, now they are in full alert now.
Welcome back. For years, the people have struggled to sustain their lives and cope with disasters. Now, with help from IOM and USAID, the people are moving forward in terms of disaster preparedness. The communities have stated in their plans their priority areas upon their past experiences with disasters that struck them. This community-based disaster risk management or CBDRM plans' main objectives are: improve the quality of plans focused on strengths and opportunities to address the reality of people's lives; improve the quality of disaster risk resilience by delivering services that are relevant and in line with local needs; improve communities' control over disaster risk management; and reduce dependency by enabling the people to be active and involved in managing their own disaster risks. But what's the significance of all these plans at the community level?
The plans, it's so much of it's written and done according to the real needs that we face daily in this world here. When it comes to the time of disaster and water shortage and even the food shortage, so I believe it's real handy, and it will help a lot in the plans that are done there. It's according to the kind of disasters that we face in every year in our world.
And disaster help from the responsible authorities are always late. Here are the people's stories and experiences they've shared with Olsem Wanem.
Not even a house left. The church, the community centers, whatever you name them, were all completely devastated. In that time, no one came came to see, not even a government officer. When it was broadcasted over the radio Northern that Oro Province has hit by Cyclone Gubba. Not even government officer from Department of Oro in the Oro administration made an effort to come and see which village or villages were affected. In this case, Horau and Huhuru were badly affected, completely destroyed. If I say destroyed, it's completely destroyed. One Swaha district, Huhuru and Horau and Haranga were hit. And it was on air that these villages, two villages were completely underwater with people scattered all over the place. Some slept on the coconut palms, trees, and we lost 2 lives down the river. One old woman and a young child, about 9 or 10 years old, were lost. People from Huhuru walked all the way naked, mind you, naked, when I say naked, it's completely naked. They walked all the way, people from Senani, Kipore, all these people gave clothes, this and that. They had nothing. Just complete naked. Food was underwater, some 6 foot below water. How can you find water straight after the disaster? This was incredible. Very, very nasty thing to happen. This, beyond description.
Natural disaster in Tufi especially, apart from the rest of the country, is something that we were born into it. We were born in this place, and during our upcoming we've been facing drought especially. But we've been struck by Cyclone Hana in 1972, and that was the first ever disaster in a bigger volume. Seeing the people trying to put up with it, though it was something new, but I can tell you that nobody was killed during that disaster. So actually, people managed to put up with it, and so safety, in terms of safety, was a paramount objective of the people that day, and so they survived. So we can be able to put up with disasters.
Time flood bin come here. Mi pla sampla swim na hadlo mi pla golo high up ground or center, so mi pla struggle na mi pla one go sampla or picking blo mi pla waras kisimo na or young pla mangi or save come helping mi pla na mi pla go or get something blo mi pla no kisim or get a go isla wara come here about 10 meters high.
Now the people are aware of what to do. Thanks to IOM and USAID, they will be able to minimize and manage their disaster risks that may occur in the future.
Before IOM come inside, me play Tino same way, me play walking mouse on top. So time when it on, and me sample morata lose. So mi platino simpla come down low nambis na sem kano sem lewo ground na mi bla walking mouse na mi bla by stop ta so side bla wara tu problem. So mi bla walk lo tindi plante au boy mi bla ista.
Sla now IOM come talking mi plan na mi planning DY lo arelon wara lo so wara na mi sabe osem Wanem birua kam Wanem by helping mi plan now mi sabe.
You're watching Olsem Wanem. After 41 years of independence, the people of Horau, Oro, and Baga communities have claimed that the responsible authorities have failed to see the people's struggles. During the launch of the Community-Based Disaster Risk Management or CBDRM plans in Horau-Huhuru, Oro, and Bag-Kabuni communities, the people expressed gratitude to the International Organization for Migration, or IOM, and the USAID for going into their communities and working with the locals that would bring programs that will benefit them.
It has been 41 years after independence. There is no such this kind of historical event took place. And this is the first time after 41 years that the IOM has stepped in to work together with my ward.
The first time in the history, Lodisla, Mipla Bokoro area, Mipla no sa looking slack services. Until time lo bubu na come now, Mipla no sa looking slack services. And first time in the history, Mipla looking sa services.
IOM have, for the first time, stepped here in this village, bringing international services here. So I'm glad that they've come, and perhaps whatever they have put in their book that they have signed, and by helping Mipla.
This is the first of its kind. After 41 years of independence, this kind of program we haven't seen much in the times of our fathers and past leaders in the previous LLG. We come to see this program here as a helping hand.
Before the disaster, we were not aware of these programs, either from a government agency, government departments or whatever, and NGOs. They stay until anything comes in. Then when the community are in problem, and then they go to the office, they just come in that time and they go for good. Up until today, when this Guba struck us, we were numb at that point. Up until today, the disaster Red Cross and the other skaters came in to give relief supplies, and then the disaster was lifted as early as possible. They didn't even give us the proper service, put in a proper place, resettlement scheme, water supply system, our living conditions were not put, given that in a position, but I don't know what happened, and they lifted a suspension very early stage, and we were left like that after until today when this IOM people came and they gave us a site where we can go through.
Also present at the launch were provincial government representatives who, for the first time, saw what the people are going through.
For me, it's the first time to come to this particular community. It's closer to our provincial headquarters, but looking at the locations, definitely people need a lot of services here. And this is where we need to collaborate. Our business is to pull the string together and help that there are other supporting agencies around the place. We've got the provincial government, and we also got the district administration. But in terms of funding, as you are aware, the district received the district development grants, DSIP. The province also received the same. And if we can pull the string together, definitely there is money that can be able to help the people. And so in terms of getting people working together, we need to work with the community.
Mr. Namono stressed that the responsible authorities can use the CBDRM plans as a guide to deliver services to the people.
I think as a province too, we've got a lot more to do. That means we need to work together. Our political leaders must learn to work together in order to deliver. If we're not going to work together, we will have a problem. Now people will continue to suffer. And this is one occasion we can get together and make sure we help the community. This is not the only one, but there are other. The IOM already identified those locations, and we need to work with them. There are other stakeholders around. I think our business, all I can say, we need leadership that can be able to pull the string together and help our people.
It was through the launch of these plans that brought government representatives down into the communities, who in turn assured the people that they will help them to implement their programs.
On behalf of my district and the honorable member, we have in the past have helped these communities, especially in the during the Guba disaster and also the previous dry seasons and all over. Our member has funded a lot of money into helping communities in Tufi, around here, and around Afore, around the north coast, and along Oro Bay, and we will continue to do so. In terms of funding, I do not have the prerogative to give you funding levels, but I will make it my business to get your plans to be looked into by the District Development Authority, and I will also take your issue up to the District Development Authority if they can be able to give you some funding so that you can be able to implement your plans.
Welcome back to Olsem Wanem. The people have given the assurance that these plans they have developed with IOM and USAID will greatly benefit them. Thus, they will work together with them to make this happen for them and their future generations. According to the community members in which the CBDRM plans were launched, this significant event is a step to a brighter future for them.
In our case today, it's a dream come true, like I said earlier on. So the government has kept a blind eye in this case. If it is the IOM's initiative that makes the government think about bringing about some form of development here, I would say it hasn't been the same in the past. We have lived generations after generations, and 41 years of independence. We have seen nothing in this part of the disaster-prone area. So this is one thing that will make the government start thinking about more, bringing us more services and help the OIM to improve on what it will do on the third stage and so forth. Yeah.
Something mimpla get community mimpla amamas lo IOM kambungi mimpla inside lo community. Mimpla kat bipla interest lo IOM kambungi mimpla because something where mimpla ino na lo kisim natin no askim o gaman lo alpi mimpla IOM kam inside bungi mimpla inside lo community so mimpla kat bipla interest lo wok bungwanta mo IOM officers.
Lo community blomi straight and also harem totok blomi because all makimi osemesa rida blol. So also behind him tok blomi, also behind me one can tok me toromai, also behind him the hard plow talk na hard plow walk mikisim kam but all still organized na also walking walk. So me believe was just like walk all kisim kam and all by walking walk. All by cooperate na walking walk. So and me got me look out in 5 villages inside lo area blomi Horau-Huhuru na Bubusi, Barita na Jagarambo. Na mi plus I cooperate one time walk.
However, some communities still have some issues but have given their word that they will push forward.
People are interested, very old people, very young people are interested, knowledge people are interested in, but the mindset is not cleared. They want to go that way, but because of that person saying the other thing, so he has no option of giving decision which way to go. That's giving me what. But the community participation is not good at the moment. It's not in a higher level support, but in a way that when I try best to go to the community and talk about the young boys to come and support me and whatnot, and some older people, some young people came and we get through this system up to this point. So community can support.
IOM partners on ground encourage the people to work together and also for all responsible parties to cooperate and bring changes to the people and their communities.
And I'd like us as the community to work as a team, put all your differences away. When you have differences within your community, you cannot achieve what you want to have. And it is a privilege for this community to have such document.
For the provincial administration and the provincial government, because the document is now being launched, we need to work with the community. I was talking to a couple of people around here. There are several needs, the immediate need. School is one, the health services is lacking, and as a provincial government and the provincial government, we got number of divisions like health, education, DAL, health, and a couple of others too that we can need to collaborate. We came through the road. We also got technical divisions who normally receive funding direct from the national government as a functional grant. And these are sort of communities we need to work together and then make sure what is being learned realized over time.
We have come to the end of our program. Thank you to all who have participated and contributed towards this episode. If you have any comments or stories you would like to share, please send us an email via the address showing on your screen or leave us a message on our Facebook page. Until next week, I'm Florence John Duo on behalf of the Olsem Wanem team. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant evening.